Students, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Hello everyone, am I audible?
जी मैम.
Can anyone unmute and tell me if I am audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Student, can anyone unmute and tell me?
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Okay. Since we have to record this session, I have to start by initial, okay? And sorry for all the technical glitches. So, good evening. I'm Rakhi Yadav, your PMRF teaching assistant for Introductory Organic Chemistry course, which is conducted by NPTEL and whose course instructors are Professor Harinath Chakrapani and Professor Neeraja Dashaputre from ICER Pune. So, students, in week 1, we are going to cover basics of NMR and electrophilic aromatic substitution. In this session, we are going to cover problems which has come, which came in various competitive exams like GATE, CSIR, and your JEE exam also. So, first we will cover question based on NMR. So problem number 1 is how many signals does this aldehyde has in 1H and 13C NMR? So who is going to answer this question as we have already solved also? So one is this proton, second is this proton and third is this aldehydic proton, right? So for finding number of signals, we should know how many different types of protons are there in your compound. And if we talk about 13C, one is this carbonyl carbon, another is this CH2 carbon, this is your quaternary carbon, and this is your terminal methyl. So 4 13C and 1 and 3 1H signals are there. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood, na? Good. So next we covered a compound of formula C5H12 gives one signal in proton and two signals in 13C NMR. The compound is. So which is the correct answer? So whenever you get a compound like this, you first see if there is any symmetry in the molecule, right? So if you look at this is having two hydrogens, this is having two hydrogen, but these two are different. How? This is connected to CH2 and CH2, this carbon, and this carbon is connected to CH3 and CH2. If these carbons are different, proton attach will also be different. Yes or no? So proton wise, this is having one, two, three protons, three different type of protons. Different type of protons give different signals in 1H NMR. And if you talk about 13C, this is having one, two, three. So three signals. Similarly, how many proton signal will be here? Tell me fast. One, two, three, four. Four protons and carbon wise one, two, three, four. Four carbon. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
And in 2,2-dimethyl propane, this is your terminal one, and two types of carbon are there. One is this and one is this. So correct answer is option number C. So next question is the number of proton NMR signals for the following compounds P and Q respectively is. So students, these are your four options. Now tell me How many different types of proton you can see in this compound P? Take 1 minute time and tell me. And tell me answer by telling your name first. Okay, I will give you points. In this session, I have taken 16 to 17 questions and we will give points. Okay, first we will learn the concept and then we will solve question. And yeah, someone wants to tell me answer in compound P.
Ma'am,
Yes.
Ma'am, it will be
three.
3 in P.
3 in P. Who is answering? Just tell me your name.
Ma'am, Bhumika
Anuprasad
Sahu.
Shankara.
Okay, don't tell me name, just tell me first letter of your name.
Ma'am,
Okay,
B.
Ma'am, B.
B. So you are saying in P, three different signals are there. Okay. Another one boy was also answering. Tell.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. In P, how many different types of protons are there?
Three, ma'am.
Three. Okay. And in Q,
In Q, there are four types of proton.
four. One is this, second is this, third one is this, and fourth one is this. Very nice. So correct answer is option number A. Okay. Now you don't. Can anyone tell me why in carbon they are telling 13C, not 12C?
Because, ma'am,
Hmm.
12C having I equal to 0. So it can't
Exactly.
show any.
Yes. Because in carbon number 12, I is equals to 0, but for 13C, since it is having odd atomic mass, it will have I non zero. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Very good. And 13C, let's say if we talk about isotopes of hydrogen 1H, 2H, 3H. Hydrogen 1H abundance is almost near to 100%. Yes or no?
Ma'am.
Near about. But can anyone tell me abundance of 13C?
It is 1.1%,
Percent.
ma'am.
Exactly. It is 1.1%. So if you have attended Sir's lecture, he has told you gyromagnetic ratio. Okay, it will confuse you. Later, we will solve question based on it. There, I will explain. But for now, you should understand that since abundance of 13C is less, so in proton, so for proton, you need 10 milligram sample is enough for proton NMR to come. Okay, but for 13C, you need at least 30 to 40 milligram sample for having good 13C NMR. Why? Because abundance of 13C is less, while abundance of 30 proton is high. Therefore, NMR is highly sensitive for proton NMR. Understood? So whenever
Yes,
you
ma'am.
are going to analyze your sample, for proton you should take less sample, but for carbon you should take enough sample so that scan should come. Okay. This is your next question. This is numerical based. In a 400 megahertz 1H NMR spectrometer, a proton resonates at 1560 hertz higher than that of tetramethylsilane. The chemical shift value of this proton is. Before telling me answer, first tell me what is tetramethylsilane? Sir has covered this. Tell me.
Tetramethylsilane is a reference material which is used to locate the resonating frequency of proton.
Okay, very good. But why tetramethylsilane only?
Because all the hydrogens of the four methyl groups are magnetically equivalent,
Okay.
and they are volatile, and therefore it is used as the reference material.
And most important thing is this
Their
doesn't
chemical
react with
shift
your
value is at
sample.
0 ppm.
And this doesn't react with your sample also. Okay. So it can't interfere with your signals of your sample. Right. So And tell me, what is this 400 megahertz? This is your mu operating. Mu operating means how much frequency you are giving. For example, if any one of you are working in research lab, you should know for NMR, generally, in general, we are given with 400 megahertz machine, 500, 600 machines are also there in some labs, but in general, we come across this. Now, the point is we have to calculate here delta, chemical shift. So, what is chemical shift? Mu of your sample minus mu of your reference sample, yes or no, divided by mu operating. Now I have told you formula. Now can anyone quickly tell me what is the answer?
For option number 2, 4 ppm.
Are you sure? Okay, what is this 1560? Proton resonates at higher than, which means this difference is your 1560, right? And mu operating is 400. And you know this is in hertz, this is in megahertz. Hertz cancel. 1 by mega ppm, right? And yes or no? Students, so this is 3.9, which is approximately 4. Okay, so correct answer is 4. So next problem is an organic compound having molecular formula C5H14O exhibited the following 1H and 13C NMR spectral data. So students, this is your 1H data given, and below 13C NMR signals are given. Based on this, can you please tell me? Okay, before attempting this question, let me tell you, if you draw the proton scale, first we are dealing about proton scale. Okay, let's start from 0 to 10 ppm. This is your chemical shift. Let's revise. Okay, let's say this is 2, 4, 6, 8. Now, can anyone tell me between 0 to 2 ppm which type of protons come?
Methyl proton or hydrocarbon protons.
Before that, one more thing I want to clear for students who don't know anything about NMR. Students, let's say this is your nuclei of proton. Yes or no? Now, this is your proton, right? And these are your electrons. These electrons are going to shield your proton. Okay. More the electron density, more it will be shielded. As electron density decreases, your proton comes in de-shielded region. Now you may think of from what? In proton NMR, basically we provide external magnetic field right now. Okay. So initial energy states are degenerate, means they are at same level. But when you provide external magnetic field, they split in two: alpha spin state, beta spin state. Right? So more the electrons, more it will shield your nucleus. Right? So in this way, we are going to think. So let's say you are having your secondary, let's say, and this is CH2, CH, and CH3. So you just have to remember base values: zero point 0.9 for this, 1.3 for this, and 1.7 for this. Okay. Now let's say we are attaching any heteroatom with this carbon. Heteroatom will shield or de-shield? Tell me. De-shield. Sorry. Heteroatom will shield or de-shield? Heteroatom is more electronegative than your carbon. It will pull electron density from this carbon, right? Lesser the electron and lesser this proton will be shielded. So it will come in this range 2 to 4. Here your normal sp3 hydrogen, sp3 3 degree, 2 degree, 1 degree. Here your carbon attached to heteroatom, because heteroatom is going to take electron density from your carbon, and then it will take from proton. In 4 to 6 your sp2 carbon attached hydrogen will come. Okay, this. In 6 to 8 your benzene protons will come, or aromatic region protons will come. In 8 to 10 which protons will come?
Carbonyl.
Carbonyl. Very good. Carbonyl में aldehyde come around 8 to 9 ppm, and acid come around 10 to 12 ppm, depending on other functional group attached to it. Clear, everyone? So take home message from this slide is, if you have to guess that this shift is related to which proton, you have to memorize this chart. Okay. So in 0 to 2 ppm, sp3 carbon attached hydrogen, it may be 3 degree, 2 degree, 1 degree. Then CX will come, carbon attached to heteroatom, and in this olefinic CH will come, and in 6 to 8 aromatic carbon attached proton will come, and in 8 to 10 your carbonyls, right? So this was about proton. So based on this information only, and this line 2.4 singlet, 7.2 doublet, 7.7 doublet, among this option which you can think of? Okay, let's say 2.4 singlet. It means this hydrogen is connected to carbon devoid of hydrogen, right? Why? Why I am saying this? Because this is giving singlet. Okay, before this, everyone know what is the singlet, doublet, triplet?
Yes.
Yes,
Everyone know
ma'am.
na how this multiplicity come?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then tell me which proton is having 2.4 ppm chemical shift with a singlet multiplicity? Okay. Before solving this type of question, if you anywhere see two doublets in range of 7 to 8, it means your benzene is para substituted. Right or no? Why? These protons are similar, yes or no? And these protons are similar. Okay. So these two protons are similar. This will give doublet, because the next carbon attached to this is having one hydrogen. So n plus 1. So this carbon will be having doublet, and this carbon will also have doublet. So two doublets are given. Yes or no? 8 hertz means they are of benzene ring protons. And 2.4 singlet. Okay. 2.4 singlet means in this range. Is anyone solving this question with me? Any guesses which option may be correct? You can easily cut this option as it is not para substituted. It is meta. See? This proton will be different, this different. So it can't come two signal. If you calculate, there are total one, two, three different type of signals, but here many signals are there, so option A is deleted. Option B, is it possible?
No, ma'am.
No. Why? Because these protons are then different. Okay. Option C, possible. Possible or not?
Possible, ma'am.
Possible, but one thing is there. They are saying 2.4 singlet, but this proton will have different different chemical shift, and this will be having different chemical shift. With me? Yes or no?
Option D, right?
Exactly. Option D is correct. Why? Because these carbons are
Yes,
symmetrical,
ma'am.
if you see. These are having 2.4 singlet, right? And these are having your that doublet one. Now tell me, among 7.2 and 7.7, let me mark. This is your A and this is your B. 7 point, HA proton is which proton? 7.2 or 7.7? Chemical shift wise. Let
This
me let me tell you again.
7.2, ma'am. HA proton
7.2
will
is HA or HB?
be 7.2.
HA. Okay. I will say one line, then you answer.
A.
More your proton will be
Yes,
electron
ma'am.
rich. It will be shielded. It will be towards your tetramethylsilane side. More your proton is your de-shielded, means electron deficient or electron withdrawing groups are attached to it. It will de-shield and your chemical shift will be more. Now tell me, 7.7 is which proton?
HA, ma'am.
Very good.
A, ma'am.
Ma'am, A.
HA is your 7.7 and B is your 7.2, and these are your 2.4. Is this question clear to everyone how I am solving? This question can be
Yes, ma'am.
solved in on proton scale also. Let's say you don't know anything about 13C NMR, but based on proton NMR also you can solve this question. Okay. Now you can match. Now one by one you all are going to answer. This 21 peak is of which car? Okay. Before that, let me explain in short carbon scale also. Students, carbon scale is from 0 to 200. Okay. In 0 to 60, your normal sp3 carbon come look 0 to 60, or you can say that 80 also normal sp3 carbon come. Then your 100 to 120, your sp2 carbon, and in between that aromatic proton also come. Your carbonyl come start coming at your, depends actually. For ester, it came around 174, means 170 to 180. For aldehyde, for ketone. Aldehyde, anyone know? Carbon range?
150 to 200, ma'am.
190 to 200. Basically, it depends what type of groups are attached to your aldehyde, right? Okay, no
Okay,
issue.
ma'am.
Now tell me, this is your sp3 carbon, yes or no? This one. So this is having which chemical shift? 21. Okay. This 190 corresponds to which carbon? This carbonyl. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And this 129, 130, can anyone distinguish? This carbon will be most de-shielded as it is near to
Yes,
electron withdrawing group.
ma'am.
So 141, 136, okay, 130, 129. Clear? I hope this question is clear to everyone. If not, go back and solve by yourself. and then in next class again ask me. Okay, can we move to next problem,
Yes,
students?
ma'am.
Okay. So till here we have covered question based on NMR. Okay, just revise all the concepts, then try to solve these 5 problems again. So now we are going to cover some basics on electrophilic aromatic substitution. As the name suggests, what is what does it mean? Electrophilic aromatic substitution. For this, first your compound should be aromatic. Aromatic means it should follow Huckel rule, 4n plus 2 rule. Okay. Electrophilic means your any electrophile H positive, NO2, SO2, right? And second thing is, uh, what type of substitution is possible on benzene ring? Electrophilic or nucleophilic? With logic. Okay, before that, let me ask you, your benzene is electron rich or electron deficient? Simple question. Your
Electron rich.
electron rich.
Electron deficient.
Benzene. Only I am asking about benzene ring.
Electron rich.
Electron rich. But if you then next outcome, your alkene is also electron rich, alkene, alkyne, right? But here why it wants to decrease its aromaticity? Because at last it can regain its aromaticity, right? Okay, so let's step 1 of electrophilic attack is, this is your electron cloud. So if you write its resonating, let's say like this is your electrophile, this is going to attack, right? So positive charge will come here, negative, and this will attack your electrophile. Is this structure clear to all? Now they have drawn just resonating forms, right? Stabilizing this carbocation, going through this. Okay, tell me name of this intermediate. Anyone know?
Carbocation.
No, no, no. Carbocation. This intermediate, this benzene, this cyclohexadinyl carbocation. One name is there for it. Okay, in next class, I am going to ask you this question. You are right. This intermediate is your carbocation, but this intermediate, this complete structure, one name is there. You should know. And in last step,
Sigma complex.
what sigma complex? Yeah, one another name is there. Sigma complex is also right. So, at last, after going through all the resonance stabilization, now this carbocation is there. Now, two things are possible. External nucleophile can attack, but it will not do this because it have to regain its aromaticity. So, what it will do, it will undergo proton loss. Proton will go like H plus and will leave negative here, right? And you will get your aromatic ring back with one of your hydrogen replaced by electrophile. So common mechanism is clear. So next thing is your deactivating groups. You should know why this group is meta directing or why this group is orthopara directing. So let's say students, you are given this trifluoromethylbenzene, right? Let's say you have done its ortho attack. Ortho attack means electrophile is joining to carbon ortho to this substituent. Okay. If you are doing it ortho attack, positive charge is coming here, here, and here. But in one of the resonating structure, positive charge is coming near this CF3. CF3 is electron withdrawing or donating?
Withdrawing.
Obviously. So it will destabilize this carbocation. So therefore it is said that whenever your benzene ring is having electron withdrawing substituents, which type of product are major, ortho or meta?
Meta.
Meta. Why? Because let's say you are doing this meta attack. So when you are drawing resonating structure, in no structure this positive charge is coming just next to this CF3 group, right? Therefore, whenever therefore whenever you are having electron withdrawing group attached to your benzene, it will prefer meta attack. It can do ortho also, but in ortho, that incipient generated carbocation is not stable. Okay, that's why electron withdrawing group prefers meta. Yes or no? Before that, tell me CF3 is which directing group? Options are plus
Meta.
M minus I minus M plus I or hyperconjugation. Now tell me. Minus I students.
Minus I.
Huh. Why this is not minus M? Can anyone tell me? For example, this is your minus M. Because it can't pull its electron density from benzene via mesomeric. Mesomeric is your, let's say you are given this OCH3. Okay, so if you draw its resonating structure, OCH3 is giving electron density to benzene ring, therefore it is plus M. Okay, mesomeric effect. Let's say you are having benzaldehyde COH, positive O negative. For this positive, now it will take electron density from your benzene ring, yes or no? Therefore it is minus M. But CF3 take electron density via minus I, inductive effect. Because C double bond O can open in like this way, CO negative, but CF3 can't. I hope you are getting what I want to explain. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
No. Have you understood why CF3 is not minus M group, mesomeric?
Yes, ma'am.
Because
Yes,
in
ma'am. I understood.
mesomeric group, lone pair containing atom is attached generally to your benzene ring. In CHO, oxygen is uh, drifting this electron density toward itself. Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about activating groups. Activating groups are two types of groups are there: activating, deactivate. Activating increases electron density on your benzene ring and they take electron density from your benzene ring. Deactivating groups. Activating groups, which type of groups come under activating group? Lone pair containing atoms. Lone pair containing atom. For example, OH, NH2. Other, can anyone tell me?
NR2.
OCOCH3.
No, ma'am.
NO2 is deactivating group because let me explain you. NO2 is like this, coordinatively bonded to this. Okay,
Okay.
since this is having, in general this is having four bond, so if we can write it like this also. So it will go like this and it will pull electron density from benzene ring. Therefore it is minus M. Here nitrogen is not having lone pair. That's why it is at right side. Here nitrogen is having lone pair. Yes or no? In similar fashion, let's say
Yes.
you are having NHCOCH3. I know its lone pair are in conjugation, but lone pairs are there to increase electron density on benzene ring. Okay. So it is also para directing group. So how you have to see whether it is activating group or deactivating group? You should see a substituent attached to benzene ring is having either lone pair or not. Okay. So if you are
Yes.
having activating groups like this aniline, let's say you have done ortho attack. So this positive charge is coming to this NH2, which is mesomerically stabilized. This lone pair can come and stabilize this carbocation. Yes or no? So therefore, in case of activating group, your ortho and para attack is major. Students, I am discussing all the theory of electrophilic aromatic substitution. So when we will solve question, I expect from you that you all are going to solve those questions. I will not solve. Okay. If you have any doubt, ask me here only. Are you clear why activating groups are ortho-para directing? Because when we are doing ortho attack
Yes,
or
ma'am.
para attack, this carbocation in one of the resonating structure is coming near to lone pair containing atom which can stabilize this carbocation. And therefore, basically what we have to do? We have to anyhow stabilize this carbocation. Okay. And therefore it is ortho-para directing. So if you are clear, then tell me the correct order for electrophilic substitution reaction among the following is.
Ma'am, option number 4.
Your name?
Swastika.
Okay. Option 4. Swastika is saying option number 4. Another student?
Option number 3.
Ma'am, option number 2.
Option number 2. ये 3 is, who told me answer 3?
Option number 2, ma'am.
Your name? Okay.
Bhanu. Bhanu.
Okay. Let's discuss. This is your neutral molecule, leave behind. This is your minus M. Why? Because nitrogen will take electron density from benzene ring. This is your electron donating group. First, you should know clearly that which is electron donating and which is electron withdrawing. And electron donation with respect to what? With respect to your benzene ring. Anything which can increase electron density comes under electron donating group. And this is your isopropyl group. It will increase electron density via plus I and hyperconjugation also. Okay. So one thing is clear, it will go in last. Second option is last in two option, 2 and 3. So fourth option is completely wrong. Okay. Then comes option number 2 and 3. Okay. Third, okay, second. So there is competition between fourth and first. Students, any aliphatic group, if you remember from your GOC, General Organic Chemistry, among these two, who has given me option number 3?
Ma'am,
Huh. So I am asking to you only, among these two carbocation, which is stable, A or B, and why?
A, ma'am.
A. Why? Because it is having 2 plus I groups. Moreover, hyperconjugation is also there. 6 hydrogen hyperconjugation. In similar fashion, this group is going to increase electron density. Okay. So fourth will come first, third, fourth, first, second. So correct option is option number 2. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Everyone is
Yes, ma'am.
clear. If not, I will explain again. There is simple logic in this. These electrophile is guest here, okay, and this is your home. Obviously guest will come at where he will get enough food, right? Food is your electrons. Yes or no? More the food, more it will invite the guest. Which of the following aromatic compounds is alkylated by Friedel-Crafts with propyl chloride in presence of Lewis acid? Options are benzoic acid, ethyl benzoate, anisole, trifluoromethylbenzene. What is Friedel-Crafts alkylation? If you have gone through your 11-12 textbooks, let's say you are having CH3Cl in presence of AlCl3. Remember, if you recall.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. So these are your Friedel-Crafts reaction. So they are asking among these aromatic compounds, which one is going to alkylate by propyl chloride in presence of Lewis acid? This Lewis acid is your nothing but any, for example, iron bromide, aluminum trichloride. What actually it do? Let's say you are having CH3Cl. AlCl3 is electron deficient or electron rich? Electron deficient because it is from boron family. Remember? So it will take your Cl minus, and this is your active electrophile in this case. So in whenever you are doing Friedel-Crafts alkylation with RCl, this R positive is your active electrophile. Okay. So they are asking first benzoic acid. Oh, I have already benzoic acid. This is your ethyl benzoate. This is your anisole, and this is your trifluoromethylbenzene. Now, who is going to answer this question? They are asking which of the following aromatic compound is alkylated by Friedel-Crafts with propyl chloride in presence of Lewis acid? Have you understood question?
Fourth one, ma'am.
Fourth one. Okay. Other answers?
Ma'am, third one is
Okay. Others? One answer is
Fourth one.
fourth one.
First, ma'am.
Oh my god. Equal vote to every. Okay. Wait.
first is right.
First is right. Okay. One, two, three, four. Who is with the. I am with option number three. Now, okay. Before that, tell me. This COOH, it will give electron density to benzene ring or it will take electron density from benzene ring?
It will take electron density from
Exactly,
benzene
because
ring, ma'am.
carbonyl is attached here. Students, if anywhere, if anywhere carbonyl, sorry, if anywhere carbonyl is attached to your benzene ring, R can be anything. It will be your minus M group. I think I have to go from basics. If you recall your general organic chemistry, there are four effects, electronic effects: inductive, mesomeric, hyperconjugation. Okay. What is your inductive effect? Let's say you are having C and carbon and your heteroatom, right? This is shared electron. One bond have two electrons. If that atom is that atom is electronegative from more electronegative than carbon, it will take all its electron density delta positive and delta negative, right? So this X is your minus I. Why? because it is taking electron density from carbon. And let's say carbon is attached to OH, let's say OH, not here. Let's say carbon is attached to silicon. Okay, it will give its electron density to carbon. Why? Because carbon is here more exactly, because carbon is having more electron density than silicon. You can take simple example. Assume you are carbon. Okay, assume you are carbon. If Ambani is coming to your home, it will donate you money or it will take money from you. It will
Donate.
it will donate.
Donate money.
Very good. It means Ambani is plus. Oh, sorry for this. That means Ambani is plus I for this. Why? Plus means good. That money is coming. Therefore, for carbon, plus I groups are those which increase electron density on carbon. And the groups. And let's say if any beggar is coming, it will donate you money or it will take money from you.
It will take
Take
money
money.
from
It
you.
will take.
Take
So
money.
that will be minus I group. Okay. So groups that are more electronegative than carbon, let's say electronegativity of carbon is greater than your X, then that group will be minus I, and electronegativity of carbon, that atom is more. That means it is, tell me, if electronegativity of atom attached to carbon is more, it will be minus I or plus I?
It will be minus I.
Minus I. Good. Now you can easily understand this is your minus M plus M. I will tell you why it is plus M, and this is I have already discussed minus I. Okay. So inductive you are clear now. You just have to analyze the atom with respect to carbon. Mesomeric is whoever is donating its electron density to benzene ring, they come under plus M, and who are taking electron density from benzene ring, they are minus M. This carbonyl, this is positive, oxygen is negative. So for quenching this positive charge, electron will go away from benzene ring. Therefore it is minus M. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. And in hyperconjugation, what happens? Let's say you are having a carbocation CH3. Okay. Let me draw one of the hydrogen as like this. Now, let's say this here electron deficiency is there. How many neighbors can come to help this carbon? This is your hyperconjugation. So these three CH bonds are there, right? So if it will help, how can it help? That how can it will help? Like in this fashion. This proton loss. Actually, hyperconjugation is an imaginary concept, right? And basically, it explains how many CH sigma bond can come to stabilize this carbocation. So that is hyperconjugation. Let's say I have given you this molecule CH3, CH3, and one molecule is this. So which is having more hyperconjugation among these two? First one or second one? Second
Second
one.
one.
Second.
Because 12
Second
hydrogens
one, ma'am.
are, sorry, 9 hydrogens are there. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this is your hyperconjugation. So what is inductive? Inductive, uh, drifting of electron density due to electronegativity, and in hyperconjugation, how many CH can come to stabilize your carbocation or free radicals. Okay. And in mesomeric effect, substituent attached to your benzene ring, either it can stabilize it, and one more thing, you will ask, ma'am, if this is COH and let's say if this is C plus OH. Students, this is very important concept. Here this OH will act as minus I. Okay. But here OH will act as plus M. Why? Because here carbon is having vacant p orbitals. Here this oxygen can donate its lone pair. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Therefore, here OH is plus M. But here, if any sp3 carbon is attached to OH, there it will work as minus I because oxygen is having more electron negativity than carbon. So it will attract all the electron density toward itself. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Therefore, in this case, oxygen lone pair can go resonate and it will increase electron density on your benzene ring. Negative charge can come here. Therefore, correct answer is option number C or third. I hope everyone understood. If not, you can ask me again. Everyone is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I move ahead?
Sure, ma'am.
And thank you, students, for remaining in the class. I don't know why that technical issue came. Okay, let's move ahead. Now, what will be the case if we are having two substituents? They can be of same nature. Okay, my general question to you is, let's say here you are having electron donating group and here you are having electron withdrawing group. So if a situation come when you can take care of only one group, then you will listen to which group, electron donating or electron withdrawing. If anywhere situation come that you have to listen for only one group, whom will you prioritize, electron donating group or electron withdrawing group? Because let's say what I want to ask you is, let's say you are having OH, okay, and here let's say you are having this CHO. You know that OH is your electron donating group. It will either activate ortho position or para position. Okay. This CHO is meta directing. It will activate either this position. Okay. But this OH will activate this position 1 or 2. And it can activate fourth also. So in this case, whom would you listen? OH or CHO?
OH.
OH.
Why?
OH.
Why?
OH.
Why?
Donates electron, ma'am, which stabilize the ortho position after
The correct
reductive
answer to this why is because you are inviting any external electrophile, right? So obviously you will listen to the thing which is giving electrons, right? So we have to prioritize here electron donating group. Okay. So let's see case by case. First is your OCH3 CH3. One is your stronger activating group. This is your weaker. Can anyone tell me why methyl is weaker than OCH3 in activation of benzene ring?
Ma'am, because it's donate electron through inductive effect and it is weaker effect than resonance.
Very good, very good. Resonating effect plus R
बोलो
you can
आया तो कर
what?
सकते हो बोलो आया तो हाँ
What?
तो करवाई ले टेम्पलेट पर हाँ ना ठीक उनको बोलना इसके साथ थायराइड टेस्ट भी करें आप पूछ लेते हो ठीक है
Uh, can I continue?
मैं बोली ना विटामिन डी की कमी है मेरे में क्योंकि मैं देखी थी चैट जीपीटी में
Student, kindly mute yourself. I can't see who is there. I hope. हाँ. So students, remember this thing. Whenever you came across this thing, you should remember that plus m is much greater having effect than your plus I or minus m also. Okay, why? Why? Can anyone tell me?
I'm
Huh? Anyone?
from donating by plus are effective through pi bond and it gives
Exactly.
more electrons.
Exactly. Because sigma bonds are not easy to break, right? Pi bonds are easy to break. Why? Because pi bonds are formed from
Sidewise overlapping.
collateral overlapping. And your sigma bond form from head to head overlapping. Yes? Very good. Therefore, these bonds are easy to break. So, if let's say this benzene ring is you, and okay, and you are money deficient. So if two persons are there, obviously oxygen can help you more. Why? Due to its lone pair. But CH3 can't in comparison to this OCH3 group. Okay. So let's say you are adding external electrophile, that is Cl2, in presence of Lewis acid. You are getting, you are clear why they are not getting this product? Because OCH3 is ortho or para. Para is already blocked. Now two positions are there which are symmetrical. So obviously it will come at ortho to this group. So take home message from this line is, if you are having two groups attached to your benzene ring and you have to attach any electrophile, where you will join in accordance with group having more electron density. Understood?
Yes,
If
ma'am.
two groups of equal donating ability are present, then electrophile will add to the less hindered side. This is saying, if let's say here there is tertiary butyl and here methyl, then in that case where electrophile will come? Let me write here. Let's say here tertiary butyl group is there and here methyl is there. And here methyl is there. Now tell me, electrophile will come at position number 1 or 2?
Position number one, ma'am.
Position number 1, exactly, because it is clearly written over here. If two groups of equal donating ability are present, they are almost equally donating. Okay, plus I is not that much high of CH3 or tertiary butyl. Electrophile will add to less hindered side, so it will attack here. Good. Now let's say you are having these two groups. One is your ortho para directing, another is your meta direct. NO2 will say attach the electrophile at this position. Okay. And OCH3 will also say. So obviously it will attack by C2 position. Yes or no? Students, are you understanding? Basically, in these electrophilic aromatic substitution question, they are going to ask you where will electrophile join. You have to analyze all the possibilities, and if you are coming to a possibility where you can follow rules of your ortho para directing and meta directing both, that is a perfect situation. If not, then you have to listen of electron donating group. Understood?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. If you have understood, then please give answer to this question. Which will be the main product upon chlorination of meta-nitrotoluene with Cl2AlCl3? Before answering, tell me what is active electrophile in this reaction. How many students are still there? Okay, 47. Nice. Are you solving, students? Or shall I
Yes, ma'am.
explain? Okay, okay, good, good. Solve. I am also solving. If anyone wants to answer, just unmute yourself. Okay. So, first question I have asked is what is active electrophile in this case? So, as I have told you earlier, Cl positive. Okay, this is your active electrophile, and another thing will be AlCl4 negative, right? Chlorination of meta-nitrotoluene. So, first you should know what is the structure of meta-nitrotoluene. Toluene is your simple CH3, right? Meta-nitro. Now tell me, student, will you listen to methyl or NO2? Okay, leave that.
Methyl.
CH3 wants
And
that.
Mikhail.
Okay, CH3 wants, this is your position 1, 2, 3, 4. According to CH3 or according to nitro, CH3, according to CH3, you can add electrophile at position number 1, 2, 3. According to nitro group, you can place the electrophile only at, I think, position number which? Let me.
One.
No, no. I'm asking,
Four, madam.
as per nitro dominance, as per nitro directing group, where it will direct the incoming electrophile? Very good answer,
What?
4. Because nitro is meta directing. Meta directing means 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. You have to see this. 4. One thing is clear that there is no match between these two groups. So now only consideration we will give to methyl. Now there are two possibilities. Position number 3 and 1 or 2. Where it will attack? Any guesses? One thing is clear, at carbon number 4 it will not substitute. So option number B is deleted. Okay, let me give you another hint. Whenever you are having these type of 1,3 substituted atom, there are less chances of incoming electrophile to come in between this due to sterics. Okay, for this option number D also deleted. Now tell me option number A and C, where incoming electrophile will come.
Option number A, ma'am.
A.
Exactly. Why? Because it is near to your methyl and away from your nitro.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Understood?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Next question is, this you will solve, please. Which is obtained as the main mononitration product upon reaction of meta tertiary butyl anisole 1 tertiary butyl 3 methoxybenzene with HNO3 H2SO. First, let us draw the structure. Anisole. One of the functionality is anisole. Anisole means OCH3. Meta tertiary butyl. 1 tertiary butyl 3 methoxybenzene. Okay, yeah. This is your starting material. It is going to react with HNO3 H2SO4. My first question, what is active electrophile in this electrophilic reaction? Anyone?
NO2 plus.
What?
NO2 plus.
NO2 plus.
Yes, very good. NO2 plus. How it come? Can anyone tell me? HNO3 plus H2SO4. You should know what is the active electrophile in these cases, okay? What you have to do, this is your homework. Draw structure of HNO3. H2SO4 is your acid, it will protonate it, and then you will get some structure and you will come to this nitronium. I think we call this nitronium. You can check the nomenclature. Now tell me, okay, OCH3, tertiary butyl. Okay, among these two groups, you will listen to which group, OCH3 or tertiary butyl?
OCH3.
Good, very good. According to OCH3, incoming electrophile come at either 1, 4 or 2. Okay. According to tertiary butyl, either it can come at 2, 1 and last 4. Yes or no?
Yes.
Why? These are ortho position to tertiary butyl and these are para. Yes or no, students?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if you look at, all the possibilities are common in both of these. You can eliminate this option due to reason, sterics.
Hence,
Now the question is very easy. Among this, fourth position and second position, which is more likely?
fourth position, ma'am, because it is near
Very
to
good, because it is
Fourth position,
nearer to
madam.
OCH3 and moreover away from your tertiary butyl. Okay. So
yes,
correct
ma'am.
answer is option number, which
First.
option? C.
Third.
Yes. Third option. Yes or no? I hope you have understood how to solve questions of electrophilic aromatic substitution. You just have to figure out the correct position. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Which of the following statement regarding Friedel-Crafts reaction is wrong? Okay. Maybe this question may be MSQ, multiple select answer. Now tell me. Okay, let me read for you. In first option, they are saying, let me write for you. Alkylation of benzene with alkyl chloride in presence of aluminium chloride. What they are saying, alkylation of benzene with alkyl chloride requires only a catalytic amount of Lewis acid such as aluminium chloride. Okay. In next case, what it is saying, alkylation of benzene with an alcohol requires only a catalytic amount of Bronsted acid such as phosphoric acid. They are saying, students, this is your option number A. In option number B, they are saying you are having benzene, you are having alcohol and catalytic amount of Bronsted acid. Okay. In this case, can anyone tell me which is your active electrophile?
SO3 plus.
What? Student,
R plus, ma'am.
this is not your sulfonation.
Ma'am, R
R plus,
plus.
ma'am.
R plus, very good. This is acid. Acid, what is the basic function of acid? To give H plus, okay. So it will protonate this, oxygen will carry positive charge and it will leave as minus H2O and active electrophile will be R plus. Yes or no? Okay. In third statement, it is saying acetylation, okay, acetylation of benzene with acetyl chloride requires only a catalytic amount of Lewis acid. And in D option, it is saying acetylation of benzene with acetic anhydride requires more than one equivalent of Lewis acid. Now tell me, according to you, which option is not looking you correct or wrong? Remember, it is
R.
asking wrong. Okay, you all tell me answer of this question. At last, I have given you that answer key. Then we will match. Okay, just tell me answer. Majority goes with which option? For your
D, ma'am.
acetyl chloride is what? This. Okay. And acetic anhydride, I hope everyone knows. CH3CO. Okay, let me draw. This is your acetic anhydride CH3COO CO CH3. Majority goes with which option?
Option B, ma'am.
D.
Option B.
Option B, ma'am.
B or D?
D.
B. Okay.
B, ma'am.
Girls are saying option number B, and boys are saying option number
D.
D. Okay. Just okay. We will check it last. Okay. Problem number 10. Please remind me at last at the end of the class. Okay. Problem number 10. In problem number 11, very easy question it is. They are asking which will be the main product upon bromination of phenyl benzoate. First of all, what is phenyl benzoate? I will tell you. With Br2 AI, AlBr3. Active electrophile, Br positive. Then next question, phenyl benzoate. If you remember the nomenclature of esters, what it is? Alkyl alkanoate. Alkyl is a group attached to your oxygen side. So phenyl benzoate. Benzoate is with benzene. So this is your phenyl benzoate. Yes or no? Now tell me, if you are reacting this compound phenyl benzoate with Br2 in presence of AlBr3, where it will attack?
Meta position, ma'am.
Meta. Meta to what?
But ma'am,
Huh? Sorry, I couldn't listen. Can you please repeat?
Br plus attached to meta position.
Okay, just tell me option, which option? A, B, C, D. Okay, I understood your doubt. Student, please write this pH as ring. Then you will understand that you are doing one mistake. CO O. Now tell me. Okay, let me give you hint. For this ring, let me number it A and B. My first question: which ring is electron rich among A and B?
B.
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 Why? Because it is
Oxygen donated
attached
the
with
lone
Due to
position.
oxygen.
oxygen.
Exactly.
Yes,
And oxygen is having lone pair. It can give its electron density. So this ring is more activated. So one thing is clear, option number A is not there, option number B is wrong. Now among these two options, this is meta, this is para. Clear, option number is C is correct. Yes or no?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Because activating
Yes.
groups are either ortho-directing or para-directing. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, problem number 12. Please, this I want answer to this question within 1 minute. Okay, I will give you 1 minute. Just tell me your name, then I will write the answer. 5 marks question. Which pair of compounds are the most probable main products of the following reaction?
A.
I am just giving hint here. You start solving this question. Fast. Okay, let's solve these questions in stepwise way. Just one person unmute yourself and tell me, as per NHAC, for your kind information, NHAC is NHCOCH3. Huh. Now tell me, according to NHAC, in these position, where electrophile can come? Student, please answer.
3 and 2, ma'am.
Huh? 3 and 2.
Position? Yes, ma'am.
Very good, very good. And as per CH3?
1, 4, and 3.
3, why? Because 3 is the meta, na? Meta to CH3. 1, 2, 3, meta. 1 and 4 only. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. According to CH3. So one thing is clear that their choices are not matching with each other. Okay. So among these, whom would you listen? NHAC or methyl?
NHAC.
Very good, NHAC. Now tell me, among 2 and 3, which is more likely? And it is
Ma'am, 3.
very clear here that both the options are there. Tell me.
Ma'am, third position.
Third, no, that is okay, but you can see they are getting two main products. So obviously, and 2 and 3 both are correct. So NHAC,
C.
okay. So option number A is correct. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone understood, or I should explain again? Students,
Again, ma'am, please.
Good, ma'am.
आगे can we move to next question?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Among these A to D option, which does not give isopropyl benzene? Let us draw first what is isopropyl benzene. This is your isopropyl benzene. Okay. Does not. Okay. As a product upon reaction with benzene. So students, they are asking, they are having benzene as a starting material. Okay. Lewis acid and these moieties. They are asking among which option will not give isopropyl benzene as a major product. So start solving. I am also solving. If you look at first option, active electrophile is your C positive CHCH3, and it will lead to formation of this. So option number A can give isopropyl benzene, but as question is asking does not give, so option A is incorrect. Yes or no?
Yes.
Option number B. Can option number B give isopropyl benzene?
No, ma'am.
Why? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Option number C. Why? Because H3PO4 is your protonating agent. As per Markovnikov rule, where positive is stable here, so obviously protonation will appear here. And this is your isopropyl cation. Yes or no? So option C can give product, therefore it is not the answer. Option D,
It also give.
option D can also give, okay. So correct answer is option number B. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt? In last option also students, protonation will occur at this carbon only, right? But one thing is not clear. I think we are doing mistake. In option number C, Okay. In option number C also isopropyl cation will form. Okay. CH3 positive CH3. Student, in option number D, you will get this product. Yes or no? But we want isopropyl benzene. So option number D is correct. Why? Because it can't give isopropyl benzene as a product. Now, can anyone tell me how then B can give? First, tell me, have you understood why D option is not correct?
Yes,
Ma'am,
Huh. Speak.
the option B, it is
Isomerization can
rearrangement,
happen.
ma'am. Yes,
Not
ma'am.
isomerization, we would call it rearrangement.
Rearrangement, ma'am.
Exact. CH2 positive will form first, then which shift? 1 to hydride shift. Okay,
Hydride citrus.
exactly. CH3 C positive CH3. Now this can attack. So one thing is clear from here, that then in Friedel-Crafts alkylation rearrangement is also possible. Okay, tell me one thing. I have to upload these slides. Can I upload with annotation or without annotation? Do you want this written material in slides?
ma'am,
Yes,
with
ma'am.
notation.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Written material, please.
See, go through each question again. If you have any problem, just ask in next session. Okay. And please try to come in each session.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
What? Ask.
Ma'am, in NMR,
NMR.
uh, yes,
NMR
ma'am.
we will cover at last. First, let us quickly finish these questions. Okay.
Ma'am, question number 10 also pending, ma'am.
Question number
10,
10.
ma'am.
10. That way. At last, I will ask everyone. Whatever doubt you are having, you can ask. Okay, students?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. We are having, I think, 16 or 17 question. Then I will ask you doubts only. Which gives a meta-nitro compound as the main product upon nitration with a nitric acid sulfuric acid mixture. Okay. First of all, this nitric acid sulfuric acid mixture is your HNO3 H2SO. Okay. They are saying which gives a meta nitro compound upon nitration. Obviously, the group which is meta directing will give meta nitro compound. Yes or no? Chlorine is chlorine is ortho para directing or meta directing. Tell me.
Meta directing, ma'am.
Meta. Another answers.
Chlorine is electron donating, ma'am. It's ortho and para directing.
Ortho and para. But chlorine halogen family come under minus I.
But, ma'am, plus same effect
Okay.
don't
Let
dominate
me
over here.
explain. Halogens have different nature. Okay, guys. If we look at plus M or mesomeric definition, what it says, if any group is having lone pair, it can donate its electron density to benzene ring and it will come under the category of plus M. Yes, but halogens are minus I. Why? Because they are having higher electronegativity. Yes or no? So in but for halogens, remember this thing. For halogens, their minus I is greater than plus N. But one thing is clear, they will remain ortho para director also only. Why? Because these are having lone pair. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So remember this thing, that these are ortho para director. This is your okay. You will tell me. This OCOME is ortho para director or meta director?
Ortho para.
Huh? Ortho.
Ortho
Okay.
para directing.
Or NHCOMe?
It's also ortho para directing.
Okay. And this COOME?
Meta directing.
Obviously. So correct option is D.
Option number D.
Understood now?
Yes,
Yes,
Remember,
ma'am.
ma'am.
remember halogens are minus I inductive minus I group, but they are ortho para directors. Okay. So if anyone asks you which is having more rate for electrophilic aromatic substitution among this chlorobenzene and anisole, which will be the correct option? A or B?
Can you repeat question?
Okay. Among option A and B, which is having greater rate for electrophilic aromatic substitution?
Option B.
B.
Option B, ma'am. There is
Everyone with option B?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
So you are correct, na? You should be confident. Okay. Why? Because we know both are ortho para directors, but their minus I speaks more than their plus M. If anyone asks you
Yes,
in
ma'am.
any competitive exam whether chlorine is plus M or minus M, so say plus M, but their minus I dominates over their plus M. Why plus M? Because they are having lone pair. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So your next question is, which among the following gives para-nitro compound as the main product upon nitration with a nitric acid sulfuric acid mixture?
Ma'am, option A.
Option C, ma'am.
Don't hurry. Just give me correct. Okay, let me repeat. Which gives a para-nitro compound as the main product upon nitration with nitric acid sulfuric acid mixture?
Option C.
Then who told me option number A in first?
option 3, miss.
Option C is correct. Why? Because NO2 is minus M, meta directing. Nitrogen is there, but it doesn't have lone pair, right? So meta directing. NHCOMe, lone pair is there, para directing, ortho para directing. And nitrile, meta or ortho para?
Beta.
Very good, meta. Why? Because let me draw.
Triple bond N, ma'am. It's electron
Exactly.
withdrawing.
It will pull electron density from benzene ring, right? Therefore, it is meta direct. Okay. I think last question. Okay, second last. Which of the following statements regarding electrophilic aromatic substitution is wrong? Okay. First, acetyl and cyano substituents are both deactivating and meta directing. Correct or not? Acetyl is this group. COCH3. Is this group
Correct, ma'am.
correct? Correct. This is correct. COCH3
Yes,
and
ma'am.
CN are deactivating as well as meta direct.
Meta directing.
Alkyl groups are activating and ortho para directing. This
Also correct.
correct. Okay, this correct. Then they are saying ammonio groups are meta directing, but amino groups are ortho. Okay, I think here it is wrong. This is ammonium, I think. Ammonium. I NR3 positive type species. For now, you can consider this. Okay, now tell me. These ammonium groups are meta directing, but amino groups are ortho para directing. Correct or not?
Correct, madam.
Correct. Then in fourth statement, what is wrong?
Methoxy is not deactivating.
Very good, very good. I was expecting this answer only. So correct answer is D. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Okay, in problem number 17, this is MSQ. This you want to solve now or I can give this as homework? Tell me. Homework or or you want to solve now?
Solve now.
Now
Okay,
solve, ma'am.
solve. Then take 1 minute and tell me among the following reaction which can give tertiary butyl benzene as major product. So your starting material is benzene and you have to form ter- tertiary butyl benzene. CH3, CH3, CH3.
Ma'am, can there be multiple answers?
Yeah, it is MSQ. It is written over there. Multiple select question. Take your time and start solving. Remember, in Friedel-Crafts alkylation, rearrangement is possible. Okay.
Ma'am, A, B, and C.
Uh, okay. You gave answer A, B, and C.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let us wait for 2 or 3 answers. From girl side, who is going to represent?
I'm actually B, C, and D correct.
You are same person who told answer ABC?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Different.
Different, ma'am.
Okay. So boys maybe
Actually, A is not B, C, and D.
B, C, and D. Okay. And more answer are coming or let us start solving?
ABC is right, ma'am.
ABC is right. Wow. Who else? Everyone is there in class. So Swastika, what is your answer?
Ma'am, I'm not sure about the last
No
option, but
issue, no
A.
issue. Just try to solve. We are just learning. Huh. Tell me.
Ma'am, A, B, and C.
A, B. Okay. One answer is ABC and one answer is BCD. So till now, I think vote for ABC are more. Okay, we will see option number A at last. Start from here. BF3 etherate is nothing but your Lewis acid. Okay. Lewis acid will form carbocation here. It will rearrange and it will form this cation and it will give you tertiary butyl benzene. So option D is the correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, option number C is correct. Option number B is also correct because carbocation will form here, then 1 to hydride shift, okay, and then carbocation will be this, and you will get tertiary butyl benzene. But student, in option number A, see second group, this is your sodium ethoxide base. This is very strong base, students. It will abstract proton from here and it will knock off bromine and it will give you this alkene. Yes or no? So whoever is saying ABC, are you clear why option number A is not correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever
Yes.
you see possibility like this, elimination reaction will happen. Another concept of organic chemistry. When you have to do elimination, you have to see all the condition. Elimination, substitution, you should be clear of all these things. Here, rate for elimination are faster. Why? Because base is there. Okay. Let's say here, okay. Tell me if here
Ma'am, can
base is
you
not there,
explain?
AlBr3 is there, then it can form or not.
It also form, ma'am.
Huh.
Yes, ma'am, then it will form.
So correct answer is BCD. Okay. One
Ma'am,
person
can
was
you
asking
explain
something.
option D?
Option number D.
Again, ma'am, please.
Okay. See, BF3 iterate, BF3 dot OET holders. This is just a complex, but you should know boron is your electron deficient species. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
because 6 electrons are there, right? In order to,
Yeah.
sorry, boron is electron deficient. It will coordinate with your OH Lewis acid, right? After coordinating, obviously it will coordinate with oxygen lone pair. After coordinating, oxygen will be having positive charge. This OH-La complex will leave and leave here positive charge. Understood?
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
1 to hydride shift. 1 to hydride shift. And it will leave positive here. Understood?
Ma'am, but BF3,
It,
also fluorine donates electrons from its d orbital.
listen. Okay. I understood your
No, ma'am.
doubt.
Please,
You understood or I should explain again?
understood, ma'am. Fluorine having no 3d orbital.
No, let's say it is donating, but still boron is having three bond only, one, two, three, four, five, six. If you recall your basics of inorganic, in order to be a stable, you should have 8 electron in your valence shell. Yes or no? But boron
Yes,
is
ma'am.
having six. Therefore, it is electron deficient. And any electron deficient in organic chemistry act as a Lewis acid. Okay. So we have covered all the question. So now we have to check answer for problem number 10.
10.
Okay. So 10th answer is C. Now let's see who has given answer. No one has given answer C. Acetylation of benzene with acetyl chloride. So I think reason is catalytic amount of Lewis acid is not sufficient enough. Catalytic amount of Lewis acid is not sufficient to ionize this. Okay, student. Therefore, it requires more Lewis acid. Understood? This is
Yes,
theory
ma'am.
based question. If you know, you can solve. Nothing to worry in this. Okay. Now, one student was asking doubt in NMR.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me your doubt. In which question you have doubt?
Ma'am, not in questions, ma'am. Here is
Okay, ask.
doubt in concept.
Ask.
Ma'am, in previous lecture, like which are uploaded in SWAM portal,
Okay,
then
that's sir's
there,
lecture.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So a scale of proton NMR spectrum typically exists in the range of 0 to 12,
Huh.
and carbon 13 NMR spectrum typically exists in the range of 0 to 200.
Huh.
So why, ma'am, this difference generate here
Okay. Okay.
in a
Let
scale
me
of NMR?
let me explain. See, your 1H your 1H is 99.9% having it is having abundance of 99.9%, but 13C is having abundance of
1.1%.
1.1%. So one thing is there, gyromagnetic ratio. Gyromagnetic ratio is nothing. You just for now you can understand it is like sensitivity of spectrometer. So gamma of your proton is 40 megahertz per Tesla, this sensitivity parameter for 13C is 10. Okay. So where should I explain this? If you recall chemical shift, and if you are recording your NMR on 400 megahertz spectrometer, when you write for 13C na, you write 100 megahertz. Basically for that you have to divide. Okay, basically you are asking about scale. That
Yes,
0 to
ma'am. But
200 or 0 to 10 ppm.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. For that, what have you attended sir's lecture?
Yes, ma'am.
According to that lecture, what you have understood?
Ma'am, in lecture only tell that proton NMR exists in 0 to 10, yeah, 12 ppm, and 13C NMR exists in range of 0 to 200 ppm, and not reason explained, ma'am, there.
Okay. But this reason is based on your gyromagnetic ratio only. 13C abundance is also come. So abundance is less. So I think in 0 to 10 it can't cover that. We have to give it what we can call that. I'm not getting that term. I will get to this solution in next class with a more because in books also they have a given answer on basis of gyromagnetic ratio only. Okay, but I will try to
Okay, ma'am.
find one more reason for that scale. Okay, for scale I'm not that much clear.
Okay, ma'am.
Hmm. Matlab, theoretical answer is there, but I will give you some logical answer based on this.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Okay, let me write. One doubt is on scale. Another,
Ma'am, I too have a doubt.
huh?
Ma'am, in sir's lecture, he said that when applied magnetic field is applied to benzene ring,
Hmm.
the hydrogen inside benzene ring oppose the magnetic field and H hydrogen
For
outside benzene ring.
for that you should first read anisotropic effect. Actually, what in books they have explained is that benzene ring current does not align with your applied magnetic field, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. So for that, these protons, they are B effective. It will increase or decrease. It will decrease because they are due to ring current what they are giving magnetic field that is opposing to your applied magnetic field. Due to that their magnetic field is decreasing. But what doubt you have in that?
Ma'am, this was the doubt.
uh, but it is theoretical na that whatever ring current, okay, electrons are moving over there, they are that ring current is in opposite direction. Let's say your applied magnetic field is in clockwise direction, but that ring current is in anti-clockwise direction, so that is not aligning with it. So these proton becomes de-shielded. Therefore they are de-shielded means they are not in this electron density of benzene ring, so it will de-shield. I hope you understood.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you can shield that nuclei with presence of electron. Because if you see logically benzene having electrons, so it should shield these hydrogen, but instead of shielding they are de-shielding. Why? Because that ring current is in opposite direction, it can't align with your magnetic field. Yes or
Yes,
no?
yes, ma'am.
Hmm. You all can answer a number of proton signals, number of 13C signals, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And doubts in electrophilic aromatic substitution. Please, in next class, what you can do is, please brush up your concepts of inductive effect, mesomeric effect, hyperconjugation, okay? So then you will be more clear in this chapter. Because if you know which group is having which directing nature, then you can easily tell where incoming electrophile will come. Incoming electrophile will come at a position where electron density is more. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, will you upload this PPT?
Yeah, I will upload PPT. I will upload the this lecture recording and this PPT also with annotation. You just
Ma'am,
solve
where do you find yesterday's PPT?
yesterday's. I think some other student have taken your tutorial, right? You
Ma'am,
have
many of us didn't attend the lecture.
okay. Actually, we don't have this thing. No, we don't know where it is uploaded. It is uploaded by officials. We just have to give link, nothing else. Okay, I will ask and then tell you in next session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining the class. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good day, ma'am.
You too.